Yo, what is up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy Jay Tuck, CFT, DMV, and we are cover three. Y'all know the vibes, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, but before we start, we need to see some threes in the chat, man. Let's see some threes in the chat. Put them threes up. Let's light the chat up, Cowboys Nation. Everybody's out there in the building. Says like all the streams. Yeah, facts. Like all the streams out there. The beat's fire. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Jay Tuck on our production. You know let them threes go. Let them threes go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, man. Hopefully everyone's having a good. It's Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday. Oh, yeah, Wednesday. Of course, right? It's
cover 3 day, baby.
Cover 3 day, man. Been out. Man, we're late. You know what I'm saying? That's partially my responsibility. It's my bad. You know what I'm saying? But
don't tell them what you was doing. Tell them how they been.
No, can't. You know
he was interviewing the new DC. That's all.
Yeah, I was on a Zoom call with the new DC, man. But y'all keep the comments covered. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do.
On the Jim Leonard already?
Yeah. So, man, I mean, let's not hold back, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. The Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator job is open. Matt Eberflus got fired, and they're interviewing some candidates. Rome, I'm going to start with you, dog. How you feeling about what you're hearing when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys in this interview process thus far?
Let me try to phrase this possible, because I was just talking to DMV right before you came on here. I wanted to play the game. I wanted to believe in the whole we're casting a wide net, and we're trying to interview everybody, and I wanted to be merit to it. But then I've been doing this way too long. It'll be 6 years this June. I know when the Cowboys is playing in our face, and I'm not even saying the person that they picked is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, don't play with us, man. Just go ahead and say it's Jim Leonard and stop playing with me. Like, stop feeding information to your media darlings and the people that you're cool with and trying to see if we're cool with it. And once they realize that Cowboys Nation will be slightly excited about it, the deal was done. The deal was done after Bobby Belt released that video last week. It's done. Now they're just doing a bunch of bullish interviews to make us feel like they're doing their due diligence and waiting for the Broncos to either win the Super Bowl or get eliminated. And then they'll make the announcement. I'm tired of playing these games, man. I would like to just focus on some real stuff. And I'll be trying to be in an optimistic mood, but it's just frustrating when don't play in my face, man. Just say we think we have our candidate and we can't reveal it yet. Don't interview. They just interview right before we got on here. They interviewing somebing from the Packers and they interviewing the linebacker coach from the Giants, and they gonna interview somebody from every team at this point. And now it's starting to look goofy. It was cool at first.
I have an idea why they're doing that, but DMV, what's your thoughts, man?
I hope it's a good one. Maybe you can sway me back.
All right, bro. Hey, look, I can't sway nobody. I'm a say it like it is, bro. It's cover 3. This is why we have the platform the way that we do. We got all of the people that's listening right now, and it's gonna go back to Jerry's packet. And I don't give a damn. Everybody know DMV don't give a damn. Hell, we can get hashtag DMV don't give a damn. But
I might be a shirt.
Yeah, yeah. DMV don't give a damn. I'm gonna say it what it is, bro. They heard that, they got the rumblings that we pretty much, for the most part, are like, we're looking at all these young black defensive minds out here that have a fresh take on the game. They were players. You're starting to see a difference out there in the league, ex-players and all that type of stuff, right? So what do they do? What do the Cowboys do? They kind of fix what it is that they want to do, like Rome say. And now on the back end, now they bringing in all of these black dudes that don't have a chance. So for years, us fans, we've been saying Rooney Rule. You know what I'm saying? You go after Marvin Lewis, but everybody know Marvin Lewis ain't got a shot in hell. Who was the other coach? I think Marvin Lewis and Mike McCarthy.
Right.
That's what they're doing right now. We already know what it is. Now, can they prove me wrong? Yeah. And the thing that sucks about this, right? You got people like Boss Cowboy. You got Lou Takes. They're doing their due diligence of why it should be open. And nobody's saying that Leonard is a bad hire, because I actually think that
I like Leonard. It's not
the top of the list for sure.
The way it's handled. I'm not mad at Leonard. I think Leonard is probably going to be a great coach. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way it's handled. You know what I'm saying?
They did the same thing with Quinn. They did the same thing with Dan Quinn. And then on the back end, they did the same thing with Mike Zimmer. They've done the same thing with every defensive coordinator that's come in.
I don't like the way they did the hiring with the head coach, though. I don't like the way they did it with Shoddy neither. The way they do hirings is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's my frustration, Rome, right? Because I felt like, okay, maybe they will be moving different, as some people say, right? And maybe foolish me bought into the Mike Florio report that the Dallas Cowboys are aggressively pursuing Brian Flores, right? Like, okay, Mike Florio normally got his thing together. But then when I look up and poke my head out today, I see Flores is up in Washington. And I'm not seeing no interviews from the Dallas Cowboys. So for me, the frustrating part is like they never go for the big fish, right? You have Raheem Morris out there. You have Brian Flores. You got some guys that really has some elk when it comes to defensive coordinator position at the NFL level. And you're just, right? You're kind of looking for the diamond in the rough. And like you said, Rome, it's pretty much what they did last year when it came to Brian Schottenheimer. I really have no issues with Brian Schottenheimer, but it was like, damn, bro, you had Ben Johnson. You didn't even just see what it's hitting for when it came to Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn or, Mike Vrabel. Like, you didn't even try. You just settled. And I just feel like for an organization that always pumps biggest, baddest, best, the brightest, they never go after that, whether it's free agency or building a coaching staff. And we'll talk about Jim Leonhard and his, things he does well and things he doesn't do well. But there is no way that anybody can convince me that he is the number one defensive coordinator candidate out on the market right now. If we're being honest, and I'll ask the chat, everyone give me y'all list and, list them from 1 to 10 if y'all want to. He's not top 3. He's not top 4. You have some guys that are really available right now that could change your culture and have instant impact when it comes to your defense. And right now, they ain't even picked up the phone yet.
Let me say this, though, Tuck. Let me say this to you, because I agree with you. This is the thing that makes me mad. It's not like Jim Leonhard can be phenomenal. When Mike Tomlin got hired so many years ago, he was unproven and unknown too. You know what I'm saying? John Harbaugh didn't have a reputation yet when he was hired. Like, he had the last name, but like, it's very possible. Sean McVay wasn't Sean McVay until he showed you he was Sean McVay. He was a young dude that got hired, and it was just like, that's a risky hire.
But Rome, at that time, though, everybody wanted Sean McVay, right? Everybody was after Ben Johnson. I don't hear Jim Leonhard tied to nobody but us.
That's my point. It's not that I'm not here to cast aspersions and say he's a bad coach. It's the fact that I hate closed-mindedness. If you're don't say you're going to cast a wide net when you kind of already had an idea what you wanted to do. Like, just say we're going to do the interview process and do it. It's like it's the same vein of we're going all in. But I kind of know what I mean. I just want to get y'all hype. Don't say we're casting a wide net and do all this stuff. And you're not. The thing that tipped me off today, I was gung-ho on, okay, we cast a wide net and everything like that. But when I got the notification that he officially was in Washington, Brian Flores rather, the thing is, if you're not going to interview Brian Flores, that's fine, but don't leak stories through like a Bobby Belt saying that because it's like you're gaslighting me. Don't say Bobby Belt has said out of his mouth, because I pay attention to everything. He said the Cowboys like Brian Flores. They're enamored with him. They have some interest in interviewing him. And then in the same vein, there's like 9 to 10 interview requests. We've done some interviews and we got other requests floating around. So he's free to be interviewed. We have interest in him, right? Per insider. Someone, you know what I'm saying? We have interest in him. He's free to be interviewed, but we just won't. Then you got other people trying to make this landing soft like Mike Fisher. When Mike Fisher comes out, because like I said, I pay attention to everybody. It says, the Cowboys are interested in Brian Flores, but he's a little bit of too gruff and confrontational, and that don't really fit what they're doing. Like, so now you actively telling me, yeah, we couldn't bring in somebody that's gruff and confrontational. You don't want your defensive coordinator to be gruff and confrontational? Like this is why we will remain soft, because
that's the problem.
Soft rolls downhill. And if your front office is soft and scary, your coach gonna be soft and scary, and your players gonna be soft and scary. Everybody fucking, if you afraid to interview somebody, like it's just frustrating, because we're gonna want the best for this team. It's not that. It's just you kind of know what you're looking at. And I'm gonna have to pray that Jim Leonard comes in here, because I'm done. I already know it's gonna be him. Like, so I'm gonna have to pray that he just wows us. That's all I got left. I can't definitively say he's gonna wow us. All I can do is hope and pray that he's young, hungry, innovative, and that he can do some stuff. Because I can't, you can speak to, like, if we brought in Flores, you can speak to, I know what he's done. I know what he's about to do. We're not going to have that. We're going to have a whole bunch of wait and see for 8 months.
And that is my biggest problem, right? I get it, right? This is just Shotty's first year. Did great. He did not. Flores could appear as an insurance policy long-term, someone that could get us there for around beef while, right? Here's my problem. I do not want a young head coach who's cutting his teeth and figuring it out, and a young defensive coordinator who's cutting his teeth trying to figure out on Dak Prescott's time clock, y'all.
Bingo. There you go. There you go.
Shotty got a lot of work. I know Shotty's a nice guy. Y'all love him, right? Y'all love the interviews. He has a lot of work to do, right? And then you're going to give me a defensive coordinator who hasn't been defensive coordinator at the NFL level. Now he's going to have to be able to handle different circumstances, put together a staff, handle the bright lights and personality doubt. Like, I really want somebody who's established in this Dallas Cowboys locker room, who's been through some battles before, whether that's a Flores, whether it's a Raheem Morris who's won a Super Bowl, whether that's a Jim Schwartz. Like, give me some I can trust. But right now, if you give me two young prime head coaches, yeah, it sounds great for the future of the Dallas Cowboys. But when you have a 2 to 3 year window in Dak Prescott, I ain't got time to waste.
But you know what I'm saying? You ever heard the phrase? You ever heard the phrase, you can't serve two masters?
Right. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I hate this situation because the Cowboys want to live in two truths, and you can't. You either going to go all in and build this team to win the Super Bowl, or you're going to build for the future. Stop trying to do both. And it's frustrating because we all know that Dak's window. I know you can see quarterbacks playing at 37, 38, and you can say, well, Dak got 7, 8 years. The NFL don't work like that. You cannot really plan that far. You don't know who's going to get hurt or when.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's them protecting the investment, though, Rome. And I'm not saying it's a right thing, but they there to make money. Without Dak Prescott, without even the chance of being able to sell people, they're not going to make the type of money that they would. That's the whole thing.
I need them to know I need them to know this. Like, seriously, let me take all this Kool-Aid shit and put it to the side. I need them to know this, man. The Cowboys fan base is broken. It's broken. I don't care about, look, man, there are some amazing content creators out here that have put on a happy face and try to convince you that shit is great. I'm one of them sometimes. But we want some tangible evidence that we're trying to get better. I'm tired of the fake stuff. Like, this is me being completely honest. Like, I'm tired of, I want something to sink my teeth into, for lack of a better word, and then feel confident about some shit for the next 8 months. I'm tired of I hope. I'm tired of I hope. And all we always get is I hope. I had to hope Peyton Turner was good, and hope Jack Sanborn was going to be something, and hope that Kyer Elam would be something, and hope that fucking Kenneth Murray would be something, and hope that Eberflus can still coach, and hope that Schottenheimer would turn into something, and hope that this, and hope that that.
Because they want to sell you hope.
Like, what the fuck am I going to be able to just be like, I know? I can't never say I know. That's what the agency is. You bring in players and you're like, I know he get busy. Right. That's why we paid him.
When we got George Pickens, we knew. When we got Quentin Williams, it was like, man, I hope Quentin Williams works in this.
That's why we celebrated like that.
Knew. Right.
We celebrated like we won a Super Bowl when we got Quentin Williams, because we finally got I know.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the thing. And look, people are going to kill me for saying this, but I'm going to compare Cowboys fans to Philly fans, right? You can't sell Philly fans BS, right? If they don't like something, they're going to let you know. They're going to let you know straight up. And Tuck, you're a businessman. So I'm gonna break it down in the business terms, right? Because me and my boy, we talk about this all the time. You make money by selling the guppies.
Mhm.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
make money by selling to the guppies. That's the selling the hope. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy is a trainer, right? And he's like, the money ain't in the fit people because the fit people know they know how to be healthy. You're not gonna get a whole bunch of fit people to buy memberships. Nah, you got to get the people that hope that you can kind of sell them that dream. And that's what they do to the Cowboys fan base. That's where it's always these storylines. That's where it's this feeding it through the local people and all this type of stuff. There's always some kind of drama, always something for the guppies to spend their money.
Yeah. It's the 8-minute abs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's it.
That's the sale. Or where's a little vibrating thing you put on? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Jerry sells. And there are people out there that buys a little vibrating belt that thinks if I can sit here on my computer all day and play video games, as long as this belt is vibrating, I'm going to get abs. When that's not the case. And just like B Bird saying, appreciate the super chat. Why do we wait on other teams to pick their coaches and then we choose the leftovers when we have got out in front of our for a coaching hire, right? And this is my problem as well. You can't sell me on going all in. You can't even go all in on coaching hire interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even gamble to say, you know what, maybe Brian Flores is going to be a head coach here, but you can't even pick up the phone and just see and take the man to dinner to see if you could sway him to come to the Dallas Cowboys.
I'll give
it the phone to call Ben Johnson. You couldn't pick up the phone to call Mike Vrabel. You couldn't pick up the phone to call someone who you're familiar with. And it's like you're afraid.
Like if the Cowboys didn't want us to get excited about Brian Flores, have your people that you float stories through, and don't lie to me, Cowboys. I know you have people that you float stories through to try to see how the fan base is going to take it. Let the fan base know we don't want to go after Flores because we don't want somebody to leave in a year. I would be able to digest that because, he's going to be a head coach if he can't get it now. So I would digest that. But don't tell me stuff like, yo, man, he a great coach. Well, why don't you look to try to hire him? I mean,
they fooled the hell out of us this year, and we like them. Like
that's like we've all dated. You know what I'm saying? We all married, but I'm just saying we all dated. You know what I'm saying? You go to holler at somebody, and be like, you really nice and you cute. So what's up? Let's go on a date. I mean, nah. What? Because I'm just not.
And like I said, it's settlement, right? It's a bunch of settlement where it's like I don't understand it, but it's like for me personally, right? How I deal with it or cope with it, I just understand it's who we are, right? And I have to let go, right? I know, bro, Mike, it would be phenomenal to go after Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin. I just know we never, but it's good to kind of have that fantasy. But I think for me personally, once you accept the Cowboys for who they really are, it just makes things easier. And I always kind of give the analogies like when I was a kid, bro, and it's gonna piss people off. I love wrestling. You know, I used to want to be a wrestler. I used to go to Monday Night Nitro and watch WWE. And then one day, them slaps just wasn't connecting to the chest. Right. One time I saw the Undertaker drop the tombstone and I saw this amount of space between the person's neck and the mat. Right. And I just snapped out of it and just realized it's all just entertainment. I feel like that's what some Cowboys fans, there are people, they're over in chat, I see it right now. This is depressing. This is because you believe in that bullshit. Right. And you want me, you want Rome, you want DMV and others to do the Cowboys dirty work and sell you.
Who said it's depressing?
But you know what though?
I just want to know, like, why y'all want us? Why y'all want us to lie to y'all?
Because Rome, they want you to do Jerry's dirty work and sell them on the fact that this would be an incredible hire.
Anybody that rock with me know, I will come in here and grab my cup and be like, I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. I do. When they make some good moves in free agency, I'll be right in here like, okay, that's what I'm looking for. But I have to, if y'all don't want honesty, just say that. Say, yo, lie to me in the chat.
You just say in the chat.
Just say that. Just say, yo, lie to me. I don't want to hear
there and get out of here.
I'm not about to lie.
For the people who are tired of mediocrity, for the people who are tired of being the laughing stock of the league, this is what we've built this for, right? If you want the fandom, the fake stuff, the blah, 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 you might have to go up the street. You know what I'm saying? It's probably about 30 minutes. It's gonna be something for you. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't for everybody. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of people are frustrated because why aren't you going after the best of the best? You sell us every year that we're the best of the best, we're the biggest, the brightest, the this, the that, but you don't even go after the best.
Hold on. Let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say something. Because this is the whoever the hell Gas Blunt is in the stream in the chat. You know, who says talk ball. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Listen.
He ain't connected to my channel because
I'm not doing this shit tonight. I don't feel like it. Catch me on the night I feel like it. I'm not playing these games with you today. We spin streams talking ball. Y'all don't want to watch this shit.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all go watch somebody that want to feed you some bullshit.
Right.
It's plenty of streams. I know them. I ain't here to name them. But I'm in here to keep it real with you because what's really the way I really feel is that we've made our decision. I don't make my thumbnails up to make sure the algorithm like it. I put what I think is true. And right now, I feel like the decision is made. That's why my thumbnail says the decision is made.
Right.
Like it ain't. I'm not trying to lie to you.
I just dropped a Ruben Bain film session. Go watch that shit if you want to listen to ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you don't want to watch the ball. You don't want to watch no ball.
You want to talk X's and O's?
Keep it a buck. I don't want to hear no football.
We're not in the playoffs. Talk ball about what?
Right.
Yeah, facts, bro. I used to put out film sessions.
We had a healthy Dak Prescott for 17 weeks and got packed up. Let's ask the chat, right? Name me a team that the Cowboys beat this year that's drafting out of them. Give me two of them.
Whew.
Give me two. Give me two teams that the Cowboys beat this year that's drafting after 12.
Ain't nobody disrespect you, Gas Blunt.
Yeah,
but you don't got to come in here and tell me how to run our show. That's disrespectful. If you don't like,
I want y'all go ahead, chat. Give me two teams who's drafting after 12 that we beat.
And you know what though, man? Why they looking for that answer that they not gonna find, right?
You're not gonna find it.
I think so. Boss and Lou, they've done a hell of a job. I talked about this. I sound like Floyd Mayweather when I said that, but they've done a hell of a job, like with doing the research on the defensive coordinator candidates and pointing out why the Cowboys shouldn't be done and why they should do the due diligence with Durante. With Durante, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it came at the expense of maybe looking like you're being contentious with Bobby Belt because Bobby Belt did something where he released a video of
the damn video. I don't dislike Jim Leonard. I don't.
No. But let me get this point off.
Front office handle stuff.
Yeah, let me get this point off. So Bobby Belt he pretty much pieced together Shoddy doing and saying what it is that Leonard was saying, right?
Yeah,
he did that. If anything, right, we shouldn't be looking at Bobby Belt as somebody that is their puppet. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we should be looking at him exposing that Shoddy is the puppet because Shoddy is selling y'all. That's something that nobody want to hear. But Shoddy, did he not say verbatim what the dude was saying? This is part of them trying to sell you before it happens. Subconscious selling, man. Telling you.
I think I understand. I think I understand why Gas Blunt. First of all, Gas Blunt, when you come into somebody's stream and the first thing you type is this the depressed Cowboys fans? And then when the energy get returned in your favor, you want to act like a victim and say, yo, why is you wilding? Don't come in here being disrespectful first, because your first comment was not polite. It wasn't wrapped in a bow. It was, are y'all depressed? So I return fire because I don't like being talked to disrespectfully. That's in real life and when the camera's on. That's one. But second of all, I know what y'all love us to hear. Y'all want to hear us break down why Jim Leonard is amazing. And you know what? As soon as he gets hired, we'll go do our due diligence. I promise you I will, because I want him to succeed. I do not want to come in here next January talking about, well, we failed again, and here's the new reason why. That's why we're so animate about wanting the best candidate.
Right.
You know, that's
and as a here, let me
That's
ask y'all
it.
this. As a Cowboys fan, why don't y'all want the best? Why do y'all want to settle for whatever?
Yeah. Fact, it should be the
Like,
best candidates, and then
I
whoever
mean,
presents
yeah.
the best idea. Yeah.
Them ticket prices don't resemble we are just mediocre, right? Them TV revenues and all the parking, the food, none of that equals we're just an okay football team. So why don't y'all want the best of the best?
I want to know this, Tuck. It don't make y'all angry. This is the best way to put it, because sometimes you need that break glass mode to be like, oh, that's why you upset. I stand back. I always try to look outside looking in, right? Let's just say I'm a Chiefs fan, and I'm like, what's going on in the NFC East, right? And they had the whole Hard Knocks thing, and everybody had their Jalen Hurts and Sirianni is like, we'll be back, because they really plan on getting back to the Super Bowl,
Right?
Our montage was, that's why we fired Matt Eberflus. That was how our year ended. But then when you look at right now, okay, so now that everybody's back at square one, it's time to give our fan base hope. That's what this next month and a half is about. Rebuilding the team and rebuilding hope. And if you are a Giants fan and every time you turn on the radio or or YouTube, whatever, you hear, oh, we about to get John Harbaugh.
He in the building.
It's lit. He in the building. He whining and dining them. Your hope already there, right?
Right.
If you're a Commanders fan, you was down. You was like, man, they ain't even trying. But then you 2 hours ago, you say, oh, we had Brian Flores in the building. The same Brian Flores the Cowboys won't even interview.
Right.
Oh, Jaden Daniels about to get healthy. We lit. And then as Cowboys fans, we got to be like, well, let's try to tell ourselves that this new up-and-comer is going to be better than everybody in the field. I just want to play in the field that everybody else is playing. I'm seeing Flores interview with the Ravens. I'm seeing, and it's not just about Brian Flores. I promise it's not. It's just about the best defensive candidates. I would love to. They could have took a swing somewhere else. I would have loved Jim Schwartz. Anybody that watches my channel know I've been saying I like Jim Schwartz a lot. I want to see some wide nine in Dallas. Bring that over here. But I haven't just seen anything. We get a head coach, but we get Jonathan Gannon. Like, it's like, come on.
Why do you always got to get somebody struggling that's looking for a shot?
That's the problem, bro. We never go after the baddies in the VIP. We always go out to those, and I don't want to disrespect no one standing in general admission.
You're
standing in general admission. Desperate. You know what I'm saying?
They always go for hot
get in the club. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You gotta have no bottle service. They just want some Tito's and just to get in and experience what it's like, bro. Like,
you all married though? We married? It was cool.
I just did it. You know what I'm saying, for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? But there was just general admission standing around the section just wanting for me to pass them a shot. You know what I'm saying? We always do that versus go to someone who's, but the reason why is because those people have leverage, right? Brian Flores,
that is it.
He has leverage, right?
They hate when people have leverage.
They have leverage, right? Raheem Morris,
they got options.
Leverage.
Who
right.
me?
They have options.
What they say about John Harbaugh? John Harbaugh hit the open market, and every team in the NFL, there's like 8-9 openings. They've all called him.
Right.
They've all tried to woo him. And that was like, well, John said, well, what y'all gonna get me?
Right.
And that's what we don't want to do.
I want my own GM too. The Falcons said, bet we fired a GM too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
like we'll do whatever it takes. And I just haven't seen us. It's stubbornness. They don't want to do whatever it takes. It's not.
They don't want to compete.
I hope that can I ask the chats a question? Can y'all just write in the chat? You understand? If you understand where I'm coming from, just write I understand. Do y'all understand that this is not a hate Jim Leonard session? Because I know what y'all like to do. Y'all like to be like, you was just angry the other day hating on Jim Leonard. I have no hate for that man. I think he might be phenomenal. But notice I got to put Mike. Because I don't have nothing else to go off of. Right. And as a Cowboys fan, I would love to, like I said, to just be able to say, I know he good. Right. I know he's good. We speak about like, I don't have to ask you guys, yo, you think CD gonna ball next year?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right, and plus, let me ask y'all, Cowboys Nation, who was our defensive passing game coordinator? Y'all don't even know that man's name, bro. What's going on in Denver?
I know his name. I'm gonna say it.
What's going on in Denver? That's Vance Joseph, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. That's Vance. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why is he getting credit as a defensive passing game coordinator for what's going on in Denver? That ain't got nothing to do with Nick Bonito. That ain't got nothing to do with Greenlaw. That ain't Patrick Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year regardless, right? So it's like I don't understand why are we pumping things up? And I feel like the only reason we're pumping this up is because it's what we're being sold, right? We're just being sold that that's the guy. So we say, okay, well, fine. Let's just hope, right? We got sold that so-and-so. And it's something with the fan base that we get sold and we just want to hope, like you're saying, Ron. We just want to hope a UDFA is going to be our savior. Right?
I got somebody that said something. I'll give my best synopsis. Someone said, well, what's the pros and cons of Jim Leonhard? I'll give you my pros and cons of Jim Leonhard.
There you go. All right, cool.
Leonhard. I can't say his name. He wanted to say Leonhard. Jim Leonhard, I like this. He's young, which means he gonna have fresh ideas. He's not like Leslie Frazier or one of these. He's not Rex Ryan. I love the youth in it. I love that he's going to be able to relate to young players. I love that he's probably going to have some fresh ideas because he is under a great defensive coordinator in Vance Joseph. I like that. I like that he's a part of an amazing staff. I love the way he speaks to his players. He looks like he's really passionate. He
was a good player too. He was a good player.
Also a good player. Yeah.
I think the one thing that would be a detraction for anybody. That would be for Durante Jones. That would be for Christian Parker. That would be for any of these guys that don't have a track record. I would still be like, I'm nervous. You know why? Because I feel like this year is so important. If we don't get this year right, I'm going to have to say, you know what? We've missed the playoff 3 years in a row. And at the end of a 3-year skid where you don't make the playoffs, the first word you should probably say is, we should probably blow this shit up. We're 1 year away from being like, you know what? Just like, what do you think the Ravens just did? They spent the last 3 years on the cusp and they just said, something got to change. Right. That's where we're at, y'all. I know you don't want to feel like that, but we are 1 year away from having to be like, I don't know what the change is, but like you might say, you know what? Maybe it's time to just trade Dak. I don't know, but if we don't get it done this year,
head coach is going again because this is the type of move. This is the type of move to get your coach fired, bro.
So that's my pros and cons. What do y'all have anything?
So I'll piggyback, right? Everything you said. One, also, like I said, he was a good defensive coordinator at Wisconsin. He didn't have a loaded roster, right? So he's coached guys up, right? Leo Chenal was one of them. He coached Jack Sanborn, who was a guy we hoped was going to be our savior.
Hope's a big thing in this community.
You know what I'm saying? So he's done it. And I like the way that he talks. It sounds like he's in sync with connecting to individuals, you know what I'm saying, coaching each individual player, and he's adapting to those players. My biggest drawback is I haven't seen it done at the NFL level as of yet. And with the offensive head coach who's still green cutting his teeth, I can't have both of you cut. Now, if you say, you know what, we moved on from that. Right, Joe Milton was our quarterback. We're building for the future. Yeah, bring him in. I'm good with it, right? But for right now, like you have to bring together a staff, right? What is his identity? At Wisconsin, he was a 3-4 guy. What are they running in Denver? Primarily under Vance Joseph, even though it's multiple, it's 3-4. So are you going to have to get the personnel? Do we have to adjust? Is this going to be a 2 to 3 year thing so you can get your qual? Like so that's I want a guy. It's the same thing I wanted last year, was to take what we had to the next level. I'm not trying to continuously step back. That is my one thing. And when you talk about a Brian Flores, we all seen it with our own eyes, as incredible, and some might disagree, as Dak Prescott is. Brian Flores had Dakota Rain Prescott in a blender. Dak even said it. He hit me with I don't know what the hell he hit me with, right? He was dropping safeties, pulling safety, like it was insane. Like even Shotty was like, man, it was a masterpiece. So when you have the opportunity to get the masterpiece, I just hate settling for, it's going to be all right, right?
Well, how about this? Hold on. Part of bringing in those type of guys and picking their brains, here's the chess piece of it, right? Because everybody's looking at it like, oh, this is a strong personality. I don't want this person. You get an opportunity to get them on the whiteboard to figure out how they beat your ass. You get the opportunity to.
That's why they bringing in Christian Parker and them. All these good defenses, they bringing them in.
Yeah, but bringing the juice, bringing the person that brings it all together. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the part of chess. You figure out this is the opportunity for you to pick all those things apart. You show Dak this stuff, and then you use a whole season or off season to figure out, all right, this is what we do. Even if you already know Leonard is your guy, bring these guys in here to figure out how it was that they were able to just make you look like child's play.
Let me ask you this. All right,
I got something to add to you, Tuck. Get your point up because I don't want to be long-winded. Say your point. My fault. Go ahead.
Top Dog, appreciate it. Say good evening, fellas. Let me ask, what we usually pay coaches matter when we are trying to choose them? There's no cap on coaches. You could pay them whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the question I'm going to ask you guys, I'll ask you this one. Do you think that they want to avoid a Brian Flores or a Raheem Morris or that type of coach because that power would overshadow Shoddy?
Yeah, of course.
I think Shoddy don't want that.
I think Shoddy would want. That's the thing. I don't think Shoddy has a problem with things. I swear I don't. I think Shoddy knows. I think he's smart enough to know the biggest play for his legacy would be winning.
You're right.
Some people ain't that prideful. Jerry's that prideful. That's why his name, he's GM, he the janitor, he does everything. Right. Everything's on his title. Some people don't care. Because no matter what, we can hate. Let me give the 6 Eagles fans in the back that's quiet, that's watching. I know y'all in here. Let me give y'all some credit. We can talk trash about Nick Sirianni all we want to, Jalen Hurts all we want to. Right? We can, because I am. Trust me, I'm not done talking trash. I got some jokes in the draft.
Yeah, I got a few more. You know,
but my point is, you know what you can always say, but I'm a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't take not one of them wins back. I don't care how ugly they was. And it's frustrating on my end, but you know what? It don't matter. You had a super team and how he get you wherever you want. That's crazy. I'm a winner though. And you know what? If we built Shoddy a super staff and we started winning, he still gets to say, I was the head coach.
Right. And that is what I feel that Shoddy could be. I feel like he could be Nick Sirianni. I don't think he's the X's and O's guys everyone wants to give him credit for. He's not that, but whatever. Okay.
That's
but
a whole
he can be a guy. Yeah, whatever. I know he's nice and has a strong jawline, but y'all be gassing. He did motion. He did that motion. But I feel like you can put you on the low. Bro, because I know where
he just don't buy it. Yeah, he don't buy it.
I'm not buying it because it's too many times I caught lip service, right? You know what I'm saying? You're talking one side, and it's like, all right, I gave him a chance. Yeah, I gave him a chance.
I actually like Shoddy, but I ain't gonna detract from your point.
But see, that's the thing. He's just likable, right? He's just likable, and I just feel like I don't need likable in Dallas. I need a football coach, right? I saw with Ben Johnson. There was an article they posted on Ben Johnson, right? They said that Chicago Bears had this rule that there's no cussing allowed in the locker room, right? Ben Johnson came and said, y'all getting fucking rid of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We cussing in this locker room. You know what I'm saying? And he's just changed. Like, you look at Ben Johnson, you see toughness. You look at Mike Vrabel, you see toughness. You look at, some of these other coaches. I mean, Kyle Shannon, you see tough. Like, I just don't see that. I see likable.
I just want a coach that's going to stand on. Ben came in, and the early reports was Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. Caleb didn't like him.
Right.
That for real. If you go back and look, the first 2-3 months of camp, Caleb was struggling.
Oh, y'all remember how Ben did my dog Luther Burden? You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, bro.
He earned their. Now, I've seen Shoddy have good moments. I've seen Shoddy have that's what I need more of. I've seen him have moments. I've seen him get his whole team in check in camp for real. And I was like, keep that. Don't. But I think that powers that be pulling back the reins you can't do that.
Right. And so and that's the problem. I think Shoddy would be a phenomenal coach in New Orleans, right? But when you have to deal with this organization, bro, you have to magnify it because they're going to strip you down some. They're going to strip some of your manhood away from you. I'm
going to tell you something, though, Tuck. This is hit record, y'all, because this is one that I think going to stick. The way they're going to make Jim Leonard palatable is this. The plan is this. I already know the plan. They're not interviewing all these people for fun. They're interviewing all these people and asking them, hey,
exactly.
If you don't get a job, would you be willing to be a part of the staff? I'm telling you right now.
Right, that's it. That's what they're doing
right here.
And Zach Orr's on the coaching staff, or the linebacker coach we interviewed for the Giants. He's about to lose his job when John Harbaugh takes that. So you want a home?
Cooking, bro.
Come on home.
Right.
All of these
Zach Orr's.
They do this every time.
That's what they're doing.
They do this every time, bro. They do it all the time.
It's kind of like building the Avengers, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Nick Fury talked to Iron Man alone. Like that's what they're doing.
Guess
you know
what
I'm
saying?
saying?
Guess who they're gonna keep?
But
Aaron Whitecotton will still be here.
Yeah, Whitecotton's gonna stay. Right. He's gonna be our defensive line coach, right? But you're trying to find, because do you trust someone who has green to the NFL game, as in Leonard, to put together a full staff? You see what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not. Look,
right.
That's their way around the Rooney Rule. That's their way around it.
Put some knowledge around Leonard. That I like that. I do. Bring in a Chuck Pagano that's been the head coach. Let him run the secondary. Bring in somebody that got a little bit of knowledge. That's fine. But my problem is, stop serving two masters. Stop making us feel like you're going to actually go after a big fish and just come out and be like, we got a strategy. We're going to execute it. We're not looking to interview Brian Flores. And you can make it to where we understand it, because he's probably going to be a head coach and we respect him. We wouldn't even want to try to make him a DC. All right, cool. That makes sense.
So Darnell with the super
something like that.
Says, why is Harbaugh so sought after? He's literally the successful version of Nick Sirianni, in the sense neither of them call plays and are unsuccessful because of their coordinators.
I saw Darnell arguing that on Twitter. Darnell, you was arguing on Twitter about that. I seen that.
Oh yeah, go ahead, DMV.
Okay. The reason that he's so sought after is consistency. Ever since he's been in the league, he's been consistent. His team has consistently been in the hunt. Every year you watch the Ravens around draft time and they would get certain people and you like, that's a Raven. And it fit with what they did, and you knew that they were going to be tough for that city. The culture was already there. So he's so sought after because he knows how to build a culture and he knows how to stay consistent. On top of that, he's had a lot of coaching changes throughout the years. Offensive coordinators leaving, defensive coordinators.
You got coaching tree,
all that type of stuff, and the culture still stayed the same. So you got a guy that is an actual head coach. And that's pretty much it. That's why he sought after.
I'm gonna tell you why he sought after, because you've seen him do it multiple times. You've seen him with the Lamar Jackson era, but his success came before Lamar Jackson.
Right.
The real iteration of John Harbaugh wasn't with Lamar Jackson. It was with Joe Flacco in them. You know what I'm saying? And that team was better than any of the teams you ever. Look, Lamar is a highlight reel waiting to happen, but his team couldn't touch them teams because John was able to coach. John Harbaugh just exited a situation that we're just saying that Shoddy's in. He is a coach that was hamstrung. He couldn't do much because that team's Lamar's team.
Right.
You can tell by what the owner just said. They said, yo, would he have kept his job if the dude made his kick? He said, for a week. They don't respect John Harbaugh no more.
Right.
And that's what we're dealing with right now. I don't think the owners necessarily respect Shoddy. I think they can control him.
Right.
He ain't nothing but Nick Sirianni South.
He's a good balance, right? He's a good balance of, okay, he knows what to say, right? But he's still controllable, right? And we saw it right in camp, right? We heard all in camp, oh, the music is different. The music's different. Jerry came out there and friends and family. You didn't hear nothing about the music ever again. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things.
It's not his fault, bro. I don't blame Shoddy.
It's not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not Shoddy. So it's not like I'm anti-Shoddy. I'm just anti-Shoddy in Dallas because I just know, bro. Eventually, it's if Mike McCarthy couldn't keep a grip on things, imagine what they're gonna do to Brian Schottenheimer. Eventually,
bro. There's reasons why certain coaches wouldn't even consider. Look, Sean Payton didn't want to come back here. It ain't because Sean Payton wouldn't have been phenomenal in Dallas. Sean Payton know how the sausage is made. Pause. I know what y'all want to say. Because because he was here. So he's like, nah, man, I gotta run my own show for real. I'm not going back over there. You know what I'm saying? Bill Parcells. We've had amazing coaching minds here. Parcells wasn't allowed to be full Parcells. And you know what? When the rubber made the road, Parcells had to dip just like Jimmy had to dip.
Yeah.
Now,
And what Parcells
let me ask you guys this question, okay? When it comes to Jim Leonard, why the fuck would Jim Leonard come to Dallas?
He might. I mean, if they
promised him the job already.
But let's say Vance Joseph dips, right? And you have to choose between being the DC in Denver or the DC in Dallas. Why would you come to Dallas?
If Joseph gets the job, it's over. That'd be our worst case scenario, Tuck. You're right. If he gets to keep the Denver job, he stays, and then we're going to just pick up the pieces and give the job to anybody. You better pray that he don't get that job in Denver. We really gonna be short.
Yeah. And see that's why with this, I think they have intention, but you got to be intentional when you say stuff like we gonna have the best candidates. You know what I'm saying? You got to be intentional that way in case stuff like that happens. Because last year they were intentional on Mike McCarthy coming back. They thought that they had Mike coming back. And then when Mike didn't come back, all of the good head coaches was gone.
Because the rubber meets the road.
Like, go ahead.
But the crazy part about that, remember, DMV, they blocked Mike McCarthy from interviewing. So Mike was trying to leave. They was trying to keep on to Mike. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just one of those things.
But Mike played the game. Mike had a sleepover. Like, I'm not even being funny, y'all. At one point, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, and then they had a sleepover. Right? They was like this. And then the rubber made the road because Mike was trying to have more control. You know what I'm saying? And look, we all love Mike too at one point. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his little dance with his chain. It was like, yo, I love Money Mike. And then when the rubber met the road, it was like, he got to go. I'm not trying to turn this into a Jerry hate fest because Jerry is just the evil that we got to deal with sometimes. I just hate that. I think the biggest problem with Jerry Jones is that he's so controlling. He don't know how to relinquish any control and just let somebody else have success. He got to feel like he did it. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest problem with it is he wants to feel like I made Shotty. Shotty's success is him. Nobody else wanted him. I made him. Just like with Jim Leonard. If he has success, Jerry can say, I made another one. And it's whack. He don't want to get nobody that's already made because he ain't had nothing to do with it. That's why we don't give free agents.
And Shotty would be the type of coach that you give credit to Jerry and say thank you for believing in me. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone like Brian Flores be like, man, I've been there. Raheem Moore's like, bro, I won Super. Like, so
why you think he's gonna pay Pickens, y'all? He's gonna pay Pickens for one reason. If Pickens was already established, he probably let Pickens walk. Pickens didn't hit his precipice till he got to Dallas. Jerry can say, I'm the one that helped him reach his precipice. And so he looks at Pickens almost like I made him. Not like, you know what I'm saying, that he gave him his talent. But when the league thought that Pickens was a reclamation project and don't touch that, and that's poisonous, I'm smarter.
They always do that. That's what they do, though, bro.
Smarter than all y'all.
We talked about coaches. They do the same thing with players. They don't get players that have leverage when they coming in here. They could have gone to multiple places and they decided to outbid they don't get those type of players. They get it as last chance you Cowboys. That's what it is for coaches and players.
Right.
That's why they look. That's the same reason that's why they've loved Romo. We was smarter than all of y'all. That's why they love Dak. We smarter than all y'all. That play, I know it sounds stupid because we ain't winning nothing. So
right.
But in their mind, they are smarter than everybody when they find these gems in the rough. And it works out. And it's frustrating because I'm like, yo, man, this is not Madden. We trying to really win. And y'all playing around. That's why Tuck's shaking his head because they don't take it seriously.
They don't take it serious. It's just, I mean, they're good, bro, because I just feel like as long as that star shines, bro, they're still going to get support, bro. So they don't have to. And if we are being realistic, I know we are all Cowboys fans and we bleed silver and blue. But if we were just to step outside of it, just temporarily, right? You come back. There is nothing about this team that will make you say they're a serious championship contender. Nothing.
We got the foundational pieces.
No, you don't.
I think
you do not. No, on both sides of the ball. You got offensively, you do. Defense needs a full rebuild.
Offensively, kind of.
You need corners.
We got D tackles,
linebackers. You need safeties. You know what I'm saying? You need a lot of work done. Hell, you need edge rushers.
I'll say this on defense with coaching.
Outside
of Quinnen and Kenny.
It
get dark.
Yeah, and think about it. Here's the thing that kind of bothers me a little bit. They're going after a lot of defensive passing game coordinators and D-backs when in actuality, the strength that you built is up front. I think the idea should be to try and build this thing inside out. You know what I'm saying? So you're playing to your strength, and then you fix that back end. I mean,
you're trying to find somebody that can make water out of wine. So that's why they're trying to go get these coaches so they can you please turn some of these mediocre players into good ones? That's where they at.
Can you turn Kenneth Murray into salvageable? Right.
No.
and like you're saying, it's like the 49ers haven't won a Super Bowl in 31 years. Seems like nobody ever says that. It's only Dallas. But that's not, you're missing the point, right? Even though the 49ers have a longer drought than us, you know the 49ers aren't going to be competitive. There is no chance in hell the Cowboys would have won that playoff game at the Link with no Jake Ferguson, no CeeDee Lamb, no George Pickens, no Quinnen Williams, right? But they're always going to compete under Kyle Shanahan. That's the difference. That's why the Mike Tomlins, the Harbaughs are different, because no matter what, of course they haven't won a Super Bowl, but no matter what, you got to lace up your chin strap when you play them teams.
I've seen us do that one time this year. No, 2 times this year. That's when I thought things were shifting. I think that Philly comeback was pretty dope, especially since I heard Quinnen Williams was the galvanizing voice in the locker room. I said, okay, cool.
Right.
Future's piece. He here. I like that. I still do like it. Watching us go out there and battle with the Chiefs at the time, I did not notice when I thought this was the Chiefs. This was the Chiefs light. I know
the Chefs. Remember that commercial?
Themselves yet, because they didn't fall off the rails quite yet. They still was in the playoff hunt. So with that game being a playoff piece for them, like if we win this, we're going, and that's the battle with the Chiefs. I like the merit. I said, damn, that's the Cowboys team I've always wanted. Just somebody that'll battle, win, lose, or draw, just battle.
And that was all. And at the end of the day, gave it all I had.
That was it.
It was like that was it. We gave it to Shannon Sharp, like, whoo, we got to do this again.
Look at what the Jaguars did to their Chargers. People forget the Chargers punched on us like crazy at home. Like the Minnesota Vikings. Like I said, we beat one team who's picking after 12, and that's Philly. That's it.
They struggle, and they've been struggling, and they've been fighting.
So we have this fantasy like we did something this year when we beat all top 10 draft pick teams.
But it's it's believability, though, Tuck. You said it already. No matter what's going on, they believe in Kyle Shanahan. They believe in John Lynch. Everybody on that roster will go to war for them. Robert Saleh, they'll run through a wall for Robert Saleh. That's why that's why Eric Kendricks and Wallow and all of these 6-string linebackers was ready to battle. Our problem is I think the offensive side of the ball is it's like a whole nother dimension. It's frustrating. I do think they will go to battle. I've seen them this year. Our offensive side of the ball pretty lit. Right. But the defensive side of the ball, bro, it was so dysfunctional. We got what we got, like to the point where we gave up the most points in Cowboys history on it. Like, it was so bad. It's like even Quinnen Williams, like everybody started to look average, bro. Like to the point where Dante Fowler ain't that. Like, let me just be real. I know he's not Dante Fowler from 8 years ago, but he ain't that bad. Like he looked like
everybody. There was nobody that besides Quinnen Williams. There was nobody that looked good.
Quinnen didn't even look right after a while.
Right. Yeah, it was flashing, like I said. And it's just like, that's the frustrating part, man. So it's like you need some of that, but it's like, it's hard because now we're going through our 4th defensive coordinator in 4 years. And whoever, if it's Jim Leonard, now we got to let Jim Leonard get his guys, right? And they slide back, let him get his philosophy in the house, right? Let him, like, it's like, right?
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, bro. Like, we are literally right where we were last year, bro. Like,
I'm not, but look. I'm not saying this isn't me saying that all hope is lost, because that's all we got in Dallas Cowboys land. It's not that. It's that I want, when you got a chance to make it not a hopeable situation, you should take it. Like there will be like we're gonna have to hope these draft picks work, right? But when you get a free agency chance to bring in a definitive, go get them. I know. Look, take a big swing. It will not just be for the fans. It reverberates through the locker room. That Quinnen Williams trade was bigger than just. We was flailing in the wind. We was 3-5-1, just flailing like, yo, what are we doing? And that one trade, I saw it before Marshawn, rest in peace, before he passed, and it redeflated the fan base. The Quinnen Williams trade had us feeling different, like, oh, they down for a trade like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it showed, like they came out, but I think that what happens is that steam does fade. You need more. In that 3 games, we was lit, and then it kind of you can't run them. You just got Quinnen for a month later.
Right.
It faded.
Right. Yeah, it did fade, right? But see, it ignited because you have players, right? You have if you don't have the players, right, then you better have the staff. If you don't have the staff, you better have the players. You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like
I get
think that was our biggest. We didn't have the personnel, but we also didn't have the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? So and it says doesn't matter who we bring in DC. It's going to take 2 years to build this defense.
Not if you take a swing, like because I know this is the window. So I'm okay unless a Caleb Downs falls to you.
It happens.
That joint, I'll send it to the Raiders.
Right.
Bring me Max. If you're not gonna get a definitive game changer, don't be drafting a reclamation like yo, man. Just give him about a year.
We can't. No. And see, they have to go to the formula that worked in 2021 after we came out that 2020 season under Mike Nolan, right? You got Dan Quinn, and even though people was against it, you hit that shit over the park with Micah Parsons, and everything just changed, right? You have to go get you 2 of them in the draft this year. It can't be a guy, you know, man, hey, man, in 2 to 3 years, man, I think he gonna, you need, in this draft, you got to go defensive home runs back to back at 12.
If it wasn't for D-Law foot, we wouldn't even have known we had Micah either.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for D-Law getting hurt, he'd have been playing linebacker.
Which is funny.
And guess what, Tuck? We've been saying that for years, and guess what they're gonna go do? They're gonna go get a right tackle.
Right tackle.
No. Don't put that evil on me. No. Don't put that evil on me.
They don't use one of them picks for the tackle, dog.
Y'all Dallas gonna run the ball, and they're gonna throw the ball 70-30. Been doing it. It's the formula, guys. You know what I'm saying?
If we would have ran the ball like we heard, that would have kept our defense off the field a little bit.
Y'all want to see a rant. My fault. Them people, if they take,
we live, bro. We're not in the group chat. We not, you know what I'm saying?
If they take a tackle with like an Arvell Reese on the board or Caleb Downs, if they take a tackle, I'm gonna go on a legendary rant.
And if the Cowboys pass on Caleb Downs for anybody, bro, I'm crashing out.
What? Me too. I'm going to prison.
Hey, Tuck, but Tuck, this is the draft. This was the draft for that. This was it. This is it. Actually, they got a couple to where they should. And look, don't kill me if they do it. I'm just saying.
Tuck just said we got 2 positions filled on an 11-man defense. And you want to add to the top 5 offense? Hell no.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger, bro.
Bro, that's like, you know what that is? That's all arms, no legs. Don't be that guy at the gym with the weak legs, and you just
that's been the roster. That's why the roster isn't.
That's what they going. But that's what they going to consider, bro. It's going to be hard because it's going to be sitting right there in their face.
They can be like, we can get the best tackle in the draft. We about to run. We about to
get
Javonte going. Remember, he had 1,200.
The problem was the run. Javonte. They ain't gonna sign Javonte. He gonna cost him much. They gonna bring Rico back. You know what I'm saying? A little cheaper. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bring Rico back. Nah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but they have to hit it over the park defensively this offseason, right?
Our best bet is personnel, bro. We know, and I'm talking about coaching personnel. Like our best bet is the staff they give Leonard because it's done. If y'all want to know what our defense
all right, so Rome, you saying it's 100% Leonard? You already confirmed? Yes, that's how you feel.
Y'all to come tell me how wrong I was when it's not. I'm gonna sleep good tonight knowing that it's there's no way. I listen to it's not just Bobby Belt. And no, I ain't got no problem with Bobby Belt. Shout out to Bobby Belt because he gives a lot of good information. It's not the fan, it's everybody. I seen that talk. It's everybody. It's Jesse Holly earlier today on the DLLS joint. He's like, hey man, I called up to the Star looking for some other information, and they just told me, they really like the Jim Leonard guy. Everywhere I turn, every outlet that's connected to the Star, let's put it like that. From Brian Broaddus and them to the fan to DLLS to reporters like Nick Harris and John Machota to everybody that got some type of tentacles in the Star. When you bring up Jim Leonard's name, they be like, I mean, they just like him. He's just that dude. And I'm like,
I said, I've been staying low key, but what's the starry-eyed attraction when it comes in? What are they saying?
I don't know. I can't give you that.
Does anybody know in the chat? Like,
you gotta watch that video again, bro. Go watch.
Like, why are people's eyes lighting up when it comes to Jim Leonard, but not to Raheem Morris or Brian Flores?
Because he's a teacher.
They're not, but they're already established. I'm not. See, DMV, I ain't gonna do that because I don't dislike the guy, but they're established already. They don't want established. They don't want.
They want the unknown.
Jerry's the kingmaker. He wants to make another king. Whether it's all about perception, bro. I can go and bless a bum on the street and say you a king. And if I feel like I made him a king, it don't matter if I'm crazy. Jerry feels like he's king making. I made it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it got any merit to it. So I'm going to bring in my guy. Because you know what he hated about Mike McCarthy? McCarthy walked in here with a ring. Need you? Right. I'm already established, big dog. He loved being able to say, Tony Romo was my dog. Y'all ain't even see it.
So it's kind of like the Cowboys when we like the UDF phase, right? When we get, it's Phil Mafia. Like we want the Phil Mafias over the Miles Sanders because it's the unknown.
And look, bro, hey, tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. When we do film sessions, aren't those our biggest videos?
Yeah, they are. And partially that's my fault.
You know who's that little running back that was undrafted from years ago to piss me off?
Oh, you mean the one Nathaniel Pete?
Yeah,
bro. I said that I did that video, bro. It was a 2-minute video. I was telling everybody he ain't about to make the team. I'm not gonna call him trash, but I don't see nothing. He running 4.3. Oh, give him a chance, DMV. This is the speed we need.
So it's that. Okay, it's the Rudy attraction that the Cowboys fans like, the Deuce story, right? The Deuce story. Because like I said, my biggest video ever.
You gonna react to what you get. We don't have, if you locked up, it's a bad analogy. But if you're a chef and you don't buy your groceries and I only bring you great value, eventually you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna make something dope with this because this is all I got. So as content creators, as fans, bro, if they only giving us them prospects, we're going to do it again this year. I love the Deuce Vaughn. I thought Deuce Vaughn was going to be Darren Sproles because I ain't had no choice but to want it.
Right.
And then eventually you hit your head against the wall and be like, I was wrong. That's what, I love Jalen. I love Jalen Tolbert. I said, I think Jalen Tolbert can maybe be Michael Gallup light. You know why? All I wanted him to be was a third receiver. And then when he couldn't do it, where the anger comes from is not the player. You mad at yourself for lying to yourself.
Yeah, like, we out here looking crazy.
Yeah. And see that's a whole other topic for a whole nother video, right? It's because like even with the Jaden Blue thing, right? Some of us were trying to say, hey, bro, like pump your brakes, but it was so much rah-rah that's being pumped. It was hard to slow the fan base down. And then when he's inactive damn near for 16 weeks, you're mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
it wasn't his fault.
That 4-2, bro, I couldn't overlook it. It was a foul.
Bro, it wasn't. Bro, people know me, right? Y'all know as extensive as draft coverage as I do. If I felt there was any inclination that Jaden Blue could be one of them ones, I would have dropped video. Bro, I was with that running back class that he had last year, bro. He wasn't even considered. I mean, I knew who he was, but it was just like,
Let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something. If a running back run sub 4.3, like he's a 4.3 guy, 4.2, whatever, and he make it past the second round or the third round, he probably trash, bro. He just fast, and that's why
they were telling you that. They were telling you that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, Cleveland took 2 running backs. You know what I'm saying? So just like,
but
I don't know.
That's
the problem. So then that makes sense, right? So that's why the Jim Leonhard thing is, because he's the unknown. He's the defensive passing game coordinator that the world hasn't seen yet, and he's going to hit the NFL with the.
It's perception's reality, because you're going to look at anything. I put a cup in front of you, and it's half full. When you make content for 6 years like me and you have, it's real easy for me to be like, that glass is half empty, dog.
Mm-hmm.
No. When you don't make content like we do and you have hope, that glass is half full. I understand the other perspective. I know why me and you get frustrated, because we don't, not only why to watch this, we're asked to explain it.
Right.
And it gets draining, because it's like, yo, bro, I've been trying to tell y'all for 3 years.
Right.
Y'all ain't listening.
Right. Because not only are we saying the glass is half empty, we also saying that glass is dirty too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't say like, hey, bro, like, hey, man, like, hey, look at this. You're not looking at the little mouth stains around the. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to show you all that.
It's bad hands on that glass.
Matter of fact, he got a crack up top. Need to get a whole new glass. That's what you need.
But I'm not gonna act like I don't understand it. So when you put Jim Leonhard in front of us, I'm going to tell y'all the truth, and everybody knows this. My frustration does not take away from my goofiness. And I'll actively call myself that. When the hire is made, I am going to say I think he can win, because I'm a big proponent of you speak bad things into existence. You walk around all day telling yourself that you whack. And speaking to 2 of the most common people I know you don't walk around like that, Tuck. I know you, and off the camera, couldn't nobody tell you was whack if they tried. You're like, that's crazy. I'm the shit. Like, so I mean, I like to, and I feel like if the entire fan base walks around and tells the players and everybody that they trash before a snap is made, it kills the season. It breaks them. The first missed pass is like, I kind of knew I was trash. But when you 12 to 14 weeks in and it ain't materializing, then it's time to sit down and be like, let's be honest with ourselves. Maybe we not good, but I ain't never going to approach a season like from like this part, me personally. That's why we always make that joke. It's hope season or whatever. Because I want all these moves that's made to click, because I've seen it work. I've seen Washington go from Daniel Snyder to flipping their entire energy in a season. Right. So I know
Jacksonville did it.
I just watched Vrabel do it.
Yeah, he sure did.
So we knew Vrabel was going to, bro. Like,
that's what we want. Hey, look, I don't think
I ain't know Liam Cohen was going to do it.
There's not anybody on this panel that didn't want Vrabel, and that's what that's.
Oh no, yeah. See, the dude out in Jacksonville. I didn't see that.
All of us wanted Vrabel, and they ended up with Shoddy, bro. And that's the problem. And that's what's happening with this defensive coordinator. That's what's happening here, and people don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vrabel was the guy. I even heard Steven wanted Vrabel.
We got the same thing with Vrabel. There was a story floated out there from certain channels that said Stephen Jones and Mike Vrabel are actually friends. They're on the competition committee together, and he likes him. But the reason why you wouldn't bring him here, and I'm positive, I feel confident in this. I think Steven might have hired him. I do. I think Jerry's like, ain't nobody coming in my house.
Right.
Until I'm gone. I'm going to run it. I'm like, I think Jerry don't care. So we can Photoshop Mike Tomlin in the Cowboys jersey all we want to. That type of coach It's not
It's
coming
never
here.
going to happen.
It's
Right.
never
bro.
happening.
And like I said in my Instagram yesterday, for me personally, Tuck, you got to come to terms. It's never happened again, bro. So it's never. So that's why when I say I do feel like Brian Schottenheimer was the best hire for the Dallas Cowboys, because we're never getting one of those. I'm never going to get a Belichick. I'm never going to get a Sean Payton, a Tomlin, or Harbaugh, a Shanahan. I'm not getting those, right? You're going to have a guy that Jerry can control, but also he can kind of maneuver.
But you got to get it. I think Brian Schottenheimer is a car salesman. And I've said, y'all have heard me say this before. That's why I like Brian, because I feel like Brian, he's such a talker and trying to woo people. I think you can't tell Jerry what you're going to do. You got to fool him. I think Brian be fooling him. I think Brian was like, yo, man, George Pickens, I can work with that. Because Jerry would have got Rashad Bateman. He would have. I think Brian Schottenheimer be tricking him. You got to fool Jerry and make him feel like it was his decision.
Right. That he has the controller, but it's unplugged. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I used to run that move.
Yeah. So Jerry think he's playing the game, but his controller's unplugged. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there smashing buttons. Yeah, I used to do that all the time.
I got my daughter. I'm killing
Hey, I just thought about something. I Tuck got the hat on too. Do y'all remember when we had all them quarterbacks go down and they had to start Ben DiNucci? How they how they sold us on that? Like they asked Zeke, and Zeke was like, he got a deep ball.
Remember Jerry said, when I remember Brandon Whedon, he said that Brandon Whedon got the prettiest deep ball he's ever seen. So like Jerry's just gonna sell.
He gonna lie to you.
But here's the thing. Why not take that salesmanship and go out to dinner with Brian Flores and sell Brian Flores to come to Dallas?
Well, I can see Brian Schottenheimer wanting him to come here. I think the Cowboys would interview him if he just don't. They want him to not be a flight risk. They worried. They not gonna interview him. They don't like to be looking like they got left at the altar. So Washington don't care. Magic Johnson and their GM. They trying to win because Magic's like, yo, my name on this. Y'all ain't gonna make me look bad. You know what I'm saying? So get me Flores here. And you know what? When you get a call, like Flores probably wasn't even trying to interview for no DCs. He just interviewed for the Ravens head coaching joint, right? And he's about to interview. So how do you get him to go from head coach interview to DC to head coach interview? You get somebody with star power. I bet you Magic called him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Where's our star power? Use it.
It's supposed to be our star. None of them rock with him. If we had Troy in the fold, Emmett in the fold, and Mike. Well, Mike's in the fold, but Mike crazy. But my point is, if you had they associate with the Cowboys, they don't actively hate them. But Troy ain't really in the circle,
right. And that's what I'm saying.
I'll take Mike though, bro.
They said that Brian Daboll called John Harbaugh about the Giants job.
See, that's my point. You got to pull out all stops.
Yeah,
where, you know what I'm saying? You know who should be in the trust tree, even though he ain't here. You're supposed to have Dion in the trust tree,
right?
Dion can call Brian. Yo, Brian, it's prime. You know how Dion gonna put it on. Yo, go. I need you to go rock with this. They gonna take care of you. They take care of me. But you can't say that if they don't take care of you. They ain't helping Prime out. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where people don't hate on Jerry publicly, but it's so many former players that ain't really in the trust tree. You got Dez, the Dion, Troy Aikman. I guess Romo's in the trust tree. I guess, but I don't know. So my point is, you're right. There is no star power. Like the other day, I was watching the Panthers joint. They even brought back Cam
Newton. It was electric.
It was electric. We had a playoff game like that. Who walking out? The most electric thing I seen us do was Jimmy.
Bro, here's the crazy part. Dez wasn't acknowledged in the building until this offseason for the first time when he went and he took the pictures like Jaden Blue. That was the first time he was welcomed back in the building. Dez did not get he didn't get an official retirement for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know Dez has been at every game. They never put Dez Bryant on the Jumbotron like they do like Darren Woodson and like they never do it.
But Tuck, the other day, I'm watching. I see Ray Lewis out there. No, not Ray Lewis. At the Steelers joint, I'm seeing like old Steelers and stuff like that.
Right.
Like when we played the Packers the last time we had some. I remember watching that game. You was there.
Mm-hmm.
There was no like former Cowboys there for support energy. I don't remember that.
So Shardy did that this year. He had a homecoming. I forgot what game that was. Maybe it was the Washington game. It was a homecoming, and he had all the former Dallas Cowboys players on the field. It was like Dez,
that's dope.
Castillo, like some of those guys. You know what I'm saying? So he had like a little homecoming thing, and they were on the sideline. You know,
like that.
Yeah, bottom line though, you can't keep talking about prestige and keep bringing up stuff and coming up with documentaries and stuff if you're not living in prestige.
I still ain't watched that joint, y'all.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I think it's good.
I hated it for a long time, but
I'm
my
not
mama made me watch it.
I'm going to watch it. I need to watch it when there's no football. I didn't want to watch it mid-season.
If you watch it, bro, it lets you know how wild this organization really is and what they will condone and what they will not.
Yeah, because think about it, that's the edited version.
Yeah,
I want the raw.
Yeah.
I want the raw.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy because, like, bro, like, the stuff they were doing for Michael Irvin was way worse than asking, "Can I stay home for Christmas?" You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was way worse than that.
Hey,
but
ain't Troy about to get a job? I'm sorry, I know this is a tangent.
Troy Aikman?
I heard he was in the running for a GM job.
Man, that would hurt if he is.
Nah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna text it to you in a minute.
Man, it would be absolutely nuts if Troy Aikman wanted to be a GM.
He do.
And you know, like I'll be honest with you. Will McClay ass got to go. And y'all know I'm super pro black, but at the end of the day, it's about winning. And if Troy Aikman's looking for some kind of GM role or whatever like that, man. Look, there's not a more accountable leader out there that's put on that jersey, that's put on that star. Maybe Roger Staubach or somebody like that, but Troy Aikman would be wonderful for the
no, he's just going to advise the Dolphins on the GM process. But if Troy was our GM, bro, we'd have won multiple Super Bowls by now.
Mm-hmm.
NFL Insider urges Cowboys, Jerry Jones to do what I'm thinking about Troy Aikman. I think it's okay. Reported to continue advising the Dolphins during their head coach. So my point is, he's already getting some footing in with another organization because he's a respected football mind. And it's just one of those things where why don't we do those things? It's because this is when I haven't went on a Jerry rant in months. I'm giving him his props with a couple of things, so I just kind of left that alone. But this is something that I can't skip around with Jerry. He is too egotistical, and he won't let other people help him. Even in his 80-year-old age, you got to stop. You 80-something. And I'm not here to wishing no immortality on nobody. But, bro, the fact that Troy, that should make him sick. I got to read that Troy Aikman is helping the Dolphins?
Fact, bro.
That makes me sick.
And here's the thing, right? Where I would ask Jerry if I ever got to ask him a question. Let's say I'm trying to fix my car, right? And it's been 30 years. I haven't been able to fix this car. At what moment do I say, you know what? Let me go call a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say you would do anything to win, right? You would write any amount of check. You know, it doesn't. You would even sell your soul. You said
you just be lying, bro.
If you won't remove yourself from the situation and your ego to help the Dallas Cowboys win, that's hypocritical to me.
Yeah,
because you're saying you're not going to even go try to get a Ben Johnson because Ben Johnson is going to want to do things his way, and you're not willing to do whatever it takes to win.
No, I got to win my way, or I don't care.
Right.
Let me ask y'all a question. I do have a question because I think he was quoted today saying something along the lines of that Eberflus getting or them having to decide on Eberflus is one of the hardest decisions he had to make. Why do you guys feel that was one of the hardest decisions he had to make?
It wasn't hard.
No, I think it was hard for him because it's hard for him because they tried to act like Brian made the hire.
Right. He finally did it. I was like, if I was Jerry, I would have been through Brian under the bus for that one.
But Jerry's mad is hard because it's another admitted failure. And it cut him deep when he got to admit he was wrong. some people just don't know. Like I don't know why. Some people don't know how to say sorry, and some people don't know how to admit when they're wrong. And Jerry Jones is one of those people that I ain't wrong. Y'all remember that? What's that movie with 50 Cent with
He said if I was wrong, I could have been right or something like that.
Yeah, when I was wrong, I could have been right.
Trying, wasn't it? But that was Terrence Howard said that, right?
So basically, he's like, Jerry's like, I'm not wrong, I'm just not right yet. It's like, what? That's how he carry it. Like, I just ain't been right in 30 years, but I'll be right next year. That's Jerry, and it's frustrating. It's just he don't know how to just take his L. That what owner giving the middle finger to fans? He is different.
Right.
He's different.
He is different, bro.
If I'm wrong, I could have been right, which don't make me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. People. This is the thing. This is why Jerry a wild boy. He giving the middle finger to fans. Last year, I know everybody forget about this. He was driving himself, got in a full accident in a hooker district.
Right.
That man Jerry got pictures of a little young girls
bro. He got caught up in a full Warriors.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all been in Dallas, down in Harry Hines. You know what I'm saying? That's where the airport is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I read the story, I was like, "Oh, that area is known for hookers." I was like, "What?" And it was like,
I didn't even know that. That's new to me. That's new to me. That's funny.
So where Love Field is down by that area. You know what I'm saying?
And he was driving himself, so that means he was like, "I'm about to go get me some."
Off the Boone's farm. He had 2 bottles of Boone's
by 7-Eleven to get some wine.
Yeah, he had the 7-Eleven wine. He was swerving.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
You a billionaire. What is you doing? You just
whatever he wants, bro. And that's the problem. And that's why when you watch the documentary, you realize, okay. Like it's just different, bro. He's just
the beige box got it.
When I was the other day, y'all ain't. First of all, this is how you know Jerry just does what he wants. And it's touchy. You can't read the room. Out of nowhere, you say one of the most insensitive things ever. I'm Venezuela. I'm Venezuela. Hold on, big dog.
Yeah, right. I'm Trump. Yeah, it's Venezuela.
You sure that's what you want to say right now? I say what I want to. I'm Jerry Jones. I do what I want. That's what we got to deal with as an owner. So realize where our frustration comes from.
Right.
We know what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a wild beast that cannot admit when he's wrong. He don't know how to say he's wrong, bro. He just don't.
Well, let me ask you this before we dip. DMV, how do we overcome it?
Luck and prayer.
Rome, how we overcome it, dog?
Nah, it's luck and prayer. I hate to say it, bro. We're gonna have to get lucky. We're gonna have a year where they half-ass built it, but we run into a broken up Detroit Lions team like Washington did, and we just get lucky. We probably get blown out in the NFC Championship game because that's all we got is luck. We got to get on a run where like how the Eagles messed up last week. I told you I was gonna get a joke off. You playing an injured up team, and it's laid for you on a platter, and you just get lucky. Whenever we play, that team be healthy and everybody coming back.
Fully healthy. Yeah, everybody back. You know what I'm saying? Fred Warner would have been out there on one leg.
So Fred Warner would have played week 1. I would have played playoffs.
So the way that I think that honestly, Cowboys Nation, we do overcome it, we have to do the Philly method, which is make this roster so overly loaded talent-wise is damn near dummy proof. And that's
right. I'll take some of that today.
But you gotta pay. You gotta pay money.
You gotta pay. Right. You gotta pay. And I think if the Cowboys are ever going to, because here's the thing, y'all, we'll never be able to just be a little 9-win team like the Panthers to maybe sneak, because everyone gets up to play us, right? So everyone has their guard up. We have to just be overpowered. Whereas damn, we gotta deal with Dak and you know what I'm saying, and CD and you know what I'm saying, and
can I say this?
You know, and
can I say this? This is if y'all wonder where our frustration comes from, because I know y'all be like, yo, man, sometimes y'all get mad at the negativity, or I call it the reality. Just say this out loud tonight.
Well, how about this, chat? Y'all tell us how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Give me some
Somebody said it's starting the draft. It's been starting in the draft for forever. It starts in free agency. That's where it starts. No, it starts with the DC. And
no, but forget the DC. This is we're all four in the division. We just did Hard Knocks. I'm gonna just lay this out, and y'all tell me how you feel at the end of this, and you'll see where our frustration comes from. Because right now we have a chance. There's no restrictions on going to get this coach. None. There's nothing restricting us. We can go get the best on the market, right? And we got endless funds, so it ain't money. If you wake up in 3 weeks from now and the Eagles have Mike McDaniels as offensive coordinator, they reloaded the clip. And Washington somehow wooed Brian Flores into coming there, and they reloaded the clip. So Washington has Flores, the Eagles have McDaniels, and the Giants got Jim Harbaugh. And then they said, what the Cowboys did? They got Jim Leonard. Now you tell me that you would be like, we got the best out the deal.
Well, Jerry talented because he's gonna sell it, and people gonna believe it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be. The Cowboys got the steal of the coach, the defensive coach. There's gonna be all those videos with some.
Now, maybe we look up in 2 years.
Interview.
Maybe we look up in 2 years, and he is the best. But the fact is, I won't be able to say that yet. I'll have to just sit and wait and do what DMV did. Pray and have some luck.
You have to come here and lie and say the Cowboys have the best coaching staff in the NFC East, knowing damn well that's not valid.
That's very possible. What I just
because
said.
If John Harbaugh comes, you can make a case that we have the worst head coach in the division. Yeah. Ain't no pause.
I'm about to say, make the case. There is no case.
Bro, because look, this the thing, y'all. You think John Harbaugh ain't gonna assemble a super staff?
Bro, it's gonna be stupid.
They might get both of them. They might get Harbaugh and McDaniel. Or Harbaugh and another offensive guru.
We gotta prevent that Harbaugh. We gotta prevent Harbaugh from coming to the NFC East, bro.
The Giants. Hold on, what happened?
Harbaugh to the Giants looking official.
I thought he said breaking. Okay. My point is, so Giants about to get Harbaugh. The Eagles are not, if you know something about the Eagles, I talk a lot of shit about it. I know that team. They're not going to rest until they lift their fan base back up. Their fan base is pissed right now. So they're going to go offer somebody a wild bag. So somebody
they're going to make that Max Crosby push. Watch.
They're going to do that because Jeffrey Lurie likes to do stuff like, oh, y'all sad? Okay, it's okay. Let me get you a new player. I see him do it all the time. So all Washington has to do is be competent. If Washington talks Flores into coming there, let's just say the stars align, we're going to be left looking crazy. And then y'all going to be like, you know what, Rome? Maybe that anger made sense.
What if Philly get McDaniel?
Bro, they might.
They're probably going to make a move for him, bro.
And all I'm going to be left to say is, well, I hope Jalen can't understand his offense.
It's either going to be Daniel or Brian Daboll.
It's probably going to be Daboll because that was his former coach.
Yeah, it's going to be either or those.
I'd rather Daboll than McDaniel because McDaniel knows what to do with the weapons. And
now, look. I did hear this. I hear that whatchamacallit is pushing for McDaniel too in Detroit. So I'm hoping that he might like Detroit's weapons too. So I'm praying. I'm praying.
But see, there's a difference, right? They going after the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Versus we going after, you know what I'm saying?
And it's two things can be true, y'all. Us saying go after the best of the best proven, they ain't got nothing to do with, because you gotta tell people stuff 35,000 times. This isn't Jim Leonard hate. This is, I just want the best. Bro, you can have a dope ass Escalade that's a 2026, right? But I don't know it's a better truck than that. I'm just saying, like, there's trucks that be like, nah, but it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are levels to this. Like, hey, where my joint at, Tuck? Where my bad cheap soundboard at? I know it's in here somewhere. I got the cheap soundboard. I can't find. There you go. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I got my camera doing everything. I got this joint, right? And it'll work. It ain't no Rodecaster.
It ain't.
It's about $800 less, and that's fine.
And that's how I am personally in life, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't settle, because if I settle and didn't get the Rodecaster and I got the regular soundboard, the entire time I'm with the regular soundboard, I'm gonna be wishing I had the Rodecaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why
gotta be real.
I got this camera. There was other camera options I can get, but this was the one I wanted with this 4K lens. Now I could have settled and got me a little Logitech and still, but the whole time I would have been streaming my Logitech. I'm like, damn, bro, I wish I would have got that 4K.
Now, sometimes I get it. Circumstances dictate what you can do. So I'm not hating on circumstances. We're talking about when you have it.
Had the opportunity, right?
When you got it. If you got
right
$20 to go eat a meal, and you can spend the joint, and you can go get like, oh, this is a decent little meal. It's about $18.99.
Chili's, or you can go Chili's, or go McDonald's,
or you get 3 McDoubles. The McDoubles is fine, but you know what you're paying for,
right?
You ain't gonna get what you know what I'm saying. So I look, this soundboard will work, but when it don't do something right, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I knew. Right. I knew it was gonna be sussy. I knew
you know what I'm saying? I get this butt right here.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. And that's we just want the Cowboys to be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get when you get in the car, let me get the package. Let me put the package on there.
The package, right. Let me get the upgrade package. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So
because Jerry ain't broke. He was out there looking for them ladies.
right. Oh, Harry Hahn, you know what I'm saying? You about to ask where them dollars at. You know what I'm saying?
Out there with that Dublin wine. I know what you had.
Yeah.
That Dublin.
Yeah. So, we talking George's contract, man. They better sign George. But yo, man, we're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate everybody as always for rocking with us, man. We're gonna do this more often. Like I said, it's not a Jim Leonard hate thing, but there's other candidates, right? So don't let people just sell you on one. You know, me personally, I just feel like I can name probably 5 guys. It's probably better, no pause. But yeah, we appreciate y'all always. Like the content, share the content, cover 3 style. Y'all know what we're doing, man. We always innovating. We're gonna have some more guests coming on this all season. Draft content's gonna pick up as well, mock drafts, all that fun stuff. Y'all know where to find us, man. So for J Tuck, CFT, and DMV, we're cover 3 and we're out. Peace.
3s in the chat, baby. Throw them 3s up.
Today's video is brought to you by Sleeper. So you think you know football, huh? Okay, let's turn your football knowledge into real money. Download the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. With more stats than any other daily fantasy app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live stats. Pick more or less from predicted stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money if your pick wins. So use the promo code CFO and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. So download Sleeper now and let's get this money, gang.